What's going on, guys? James here. Welcome back to some more Satisfactory. Now, this may seem like an odd screen to be on when I just had a playthrough with the same exact name going through. Well, I decided to switch things up and do something that's more out of my comfort zone, and I want to try to do it more of like a guided let's play, so I'll try to more teach things in the game as well as learn things myself, because I'm not no pro at this game by any means, but I do understand it for the most part. So, yep, that's really the whole point of this. You can imagine the first series kind of like a jump back into the game, and then this series will be more of like a guided let's play that I will take the game to the fullest extent. Now, like I said, I am skipping the onboarding process because I do not want to go through that. It takes so long and there's so much handcrafting. I do not want to do that. And the main goal of this series is to try to teach you as well as teach myself more things about this game, because I really do love this game. This game is very good. So let's just go ahead and get right on into it. And here we are. It's so nice not having to deal with the other stuff. Alright. I know exactly where I am. I need to head right on down there. I don't believe I have anything yet. Yep, just the hub. I start out with a little bit of materials. Not much, but a little bit of stuff. So I could take that. Let's go ahead and just jump on down. And here we are. Almost at our area. I might honestly set up somewhere a little different. Whoa, I clicked the wrong button. See? Not a pro by any means. Yep, okay, iron ore, copper ore, limestone. Yep. And there's our iron ore right there. I need to go and equip my Xeno Zapper. Go and take these hogs out. Oh, I'm gonna zap myself first, of course. Why is there no... What's going on? They're not making any noise.
Samples of new alien species acquired. Notable features are blunt teeth, suggesting it is herbivorous, and a thickly plated skull and spine, suggesting it is proficient at inflicting and receiving blunt force trauma. Preserve the remains for later study.
I certainly will, Ada. As I learned in my last series, you get a lot of fix-it tickets from that stuff. So I will definitely be saving them. Well, at first I gotta spend them in the MAM, and that is one more thing. I will definitely be prioritizing the MAM this time around. 100% prioritizing the MAM. But what you just see me do was knock the iron or the iron vein things off the top of these. Just walk up and hit E. Just hold E. And now we're gonna build a hub. This is your main area of what you need to do of everything in the game. Well, I wouldn't say everything, but when it comes to the phases and the milestones and everything, that is all in here from 1 to 9. And you have phase 1, 2, 3, and then phase 4. So, now that we have the hub down, we need to run around and collect all these leaves. Just like this. Need a lot, and I mean a lot of leaves. And stay out of that green stuff. That green stuff's no good. The goo, or whatever it's called. Not gas. Some bad gases. Mr. Beans is kind of stinky over there. Surprised he's that close to it. They normally start running off by now. Need lots of leaves. Lots of leaves. But this is kind of the whole early stages of the game. Is just running around collecting leaves for the stupid little biomass burners until you get to coal power, which is in the next phase. But our main goal here today is to build the space elevator. It says it right up here. Objective, build the space elevator. So we got some leaves to power our biomass burners, which are back here. You can just split it in half, put it in there. But, if I am correct, not sure if I'm correct or not, I am clicking every button in this world except for the button I'm supposed to be clicking. There we go. But, sorry about that. But, we have biomass. So we're going to make some biomass instead. It burns much better. And if you want to craft like this, don't hold it down, just tap it. And it'll craft as many as you can. Now we have biomass. And if you want to split things in your inventory, you right click. And then you can drag it on over. We're going to split that. We're going to drag that over. And we're going to put those two in there. We have about 127 in one, 128 in the other. Now, we're going to go for our miner mark 1. You hit Q to get into this page. Come down to productions, miner mark 1. We're going to toss down 2 of them. Because that's how many we need for right now. We're going to put down a constructor underneath. No, I lied. We're going to put down a smelter underneath the same exact tab. We're going to put 2 of those down. And we're going to go inside of them. Switch them to iron ingots. Just like that. We're going to go back into our tab. We're going to hit logistics. Conveyor belt mark 1. Can go straight into the smelter. Then we go to production and hit the constructor. And if you want to get it where it's lined up like this, you hold the control key as you move around. It'll give you that line, but the line isn't forever. It'll go away at a certain point. So as long as you're near it, you're good. But then we're going to place a constructor at each one. Grab our belt. Run our belt from there to there. And we're going to set this one iron rods and this one iron plates. Just like that. So let's clear out this little bit of shrubbery. Just so we can see what we're doing. Now, we can go to organization. Set up a storage container right here and right here. Go back to logistics. Grab our conveyor belt mark 1 and run those both in. Now that's just setting everything up. Then we have power to worry about with those biomass burners. And if you look down on the bottom of the screen, you have 1, 2, 3, and 4, which are just like hotkeys just to get to the things in here much faster. So I could set the constructor to number 6 if I want to, or I could take it off by hitting 6 again. Completely up to you what you prefer. I don't really use that, but I want to try to start using it more because it is much faster. But if you want to run the power, you could just hover with the cable over top of that, click on it, and put it down. And the same thing, you just hover with the cable over top of that, and then boom. Now this is the power. This tells you how this is your max consumption right now when these two machines are running at 100% input. And for these, they shoot out 60 per minute. So this is a Mark 1 belt, which gives 60 ore per minute. So that's 10 megawatts right there. Then we're going to want to connect up our smelters, which we already set for iron ore. Then our constructors, which we've already set. And that's all. That's everything. So if we come back and we hook all the power lines up, we're using 26 megawatts is what we're using. Now over here, these each make 20 apiece. So we only have 40 megawatts of power. Not a lot of power for early game. I'll definitely say that. So now you hear them running, but they're not using up anything because they're not connected to anything. So we're going to bring this line back around this and just connect it up. And we're going to check our power. All right, so now we have these lines. As soon as it comes over this way, we have our production, which is that gray line. Shows the amount of power being produced on the grid, which is 10.4, because these are the only two machines that are running right now. Now that all the ore is starting to go into the smelter, our production will go up to 18.2. And then so on and so forth. As they go into the constructors, our production will go up again to 26, just like it says right there, max consumption 26. Now this shows the same thing as production, but this will vary very much. So our production is 26 megawatts. We're consuming 26 megawatts. Depending on how big your factory is, this number will look like a squiggly line going all over the screen, or it could be a flat line, depending on how you would get it. I'm not sure how to get it there to where it's a straight flat line. I mean, I seem to be achieving it right now, but yeah. And that's the power basics. There's no more to really know about that until later in the game. But now, the iron rods and the iron plates I was making are going to get stored into these two containers right here. So we have, what, about 15 of those already, and about 12 of these already. So we're just going to go and let those sit. Now, there's 2 more nodes we need to set up, which will be this one over here, which is limestone. This is a crappy, impure node. Same thing as the iron. We got to walk up to it and hold E on this little point right here. And there are a lot for limestone. I don't know why, but there's always just so much. We're going to grab another miner. And if you're wondering how I did that, I middle clicked with my mouse. I'm not sure what the controls are on console, Xbox and PlayStation, but on PC it's middle click. It might be clicking in a joystick or something. I'm not too sure. But for limestone, it is much simpler. We don't need this. We just go straight to the constructor. And we just plop that on down. Grab our Mark 1 belt. Run that straight to that. Grab a storage container. Put that right there. Then we're going to grab our Mark 1 belts again. Just like that. And that's the entire limestone thing set up. Now, since this is an impure node and not a normal node, this only gives me 30 per minute. So this belt will only be running at half speed instead of the full 60. Only 30 is going to come out. Now, I could make a full 60 belt if I take this one, and there's one more off over there somewhere. Right there. Yep, about 200 meters right there. And if I combine those, that'll give me a full 60 belt. Well, it's early game right this second, so I'm not too worried about it. So I'm going to go into the constructor, make that into concrete. Just like that. Then, we do the same thing. We're going to run our power lines, just like that. And we're going to connect it onto this and check our power. So we're getting really close to the top line there. And that is really the basics of the game. It's just a lot of factory building. So one more node that needs to be set up. If I have the materials, it looks like I do, so I should be good for right now. But if we come this way, first we're going to hold V. We're going to go to copper ore. And there should be one right there. Now we're going to go get this one. Let's run up here. Oh, didn't work. We're going to run on up here. All the way up this hill. Oh, didn't slide. And up here. Yep, and then there's a hog up here. I don't know why I'm not getting no volume right now. That is so odd. Take you out. Alright, and then same thing as before. Mine the copper ore. Little nub on top. I think almost all nodes have these. There might be a few exceptions to ones that don't. But we're going to go grab our miner. But that is backwards. And if you want to delete stuff, sorry for not mentioning this, you hit the F key. And if I have a couple things sitting out like this and say, oh, I don't want all those, I hit the F key and then I hit the control key and hover all over that. But let's say there's a workstation. Nope, can't build that. Let's say there is a power pole. Wow, I can't make anything right now. Wow, I'm completely out of stuff. Okay, let's say there. Okay, well, let's just do this. So if I want to delete all of these, I can. But if I hovered over this a power pole, I can hold this, hit G, and that'll only, it says right there in the middle of the screen, dismantle filter, crafting bench. So it'll only ever highlight those. So I can't highlight anything else. That is the joy of this game, is that they really did add certain things that just made it so much better. But now back to the copper node. We're going to set the constructor in kind of like a way towards the base. Because we're just going to take a belt and we're just going to run it straight down to Y. Can I get it? Come here, about too steep. Nope. Can't get it. but that is no issue at all because I have set those up. So these should be making me more iron plates. I just run over here and right in here, 116, just like that. And we're going to go and grab our rods, 88. Now the concrete, that's not important right now. That is just important to set up as soon as possible because you will need concrete for when you unlock foundations. Now, we're not building on foundations because it's early game. We're just going to plop everything on the ground and call it a day. Building on the foundations is so wonderful. Everything snaps together in a nice little perfect grid. Alright, back up here now. We're going to take you. I'm just going to run you straight down to the ground. And don't forget, you got to bring the power with you. Okay. Come on down. Now for copper ore, you do have to set up a smelter, which I seem to not be able to do, but that is fine. I have the crafting bench. Come into here. I can make some copper ingots. Come on. And then I can build some wire. Got a little bit of wire. Hopefully it's enough. Now we can build smelter in the production tab. Just like that. Then we go to constructor. Put the constructor down. Then we're going to go to organization. And put you down. And we're going to grab our 60 belt. Run you right there. Right there. Right there. And then in the constructor, we're going to set wire. And then in this, we're going to set copper. And then all we got to do is run these some power. I am missing cable. Okay, got to make some cable. Not a problem. Okay, I made a little bit of cable. And I'm missing wire. I'm just kind of missing everything. Let me go beat up this rock for a minute till I have enough wire. Okay, we're good now. So now I have cable and wire. So we're just gonna run you to you. Put another one down right there. You to you. And then we're gonna take this one and we're gonna bring it all the way around like so. And then we're just gonna daisy chain it onto the rest. And there's our first issue. Fuse has blown. We're using way too much electricity. Max consumption's 48. Try to turn it on. It's not going to turn on. It's going to keep telling us our fuse is blown. But this is where the next thing comes in handy. Go to power. You have biomass burners, which I can't make because I have no wire. So let me go get some more wire again, and I'll meet y'all back over here. And I just do want to show y'all real quick. This is the portable miner. I did not show y'all because I completely forget about him in the game. I barely use him. But when you have him in your inventory, you put him on your hand slot, right next to the Xeno Zapper. And if you hold him, you can't place him anywhere else. But if you hold him on a node to build up, nice little cool animation. Oh, there he goes. Yep. Nice little cool animation. And he'll just passively collect you copper. So that's how he works. I'm going to put this back down. Belt you back to it. Oh, gotta connect power back up. And they'll just passively collect for you. I mean, they're cool little guys. I mean, they come in big clutch when you're like going around and say you need like sulfur or something like that. You can just throw down like 5 of them, collect 500 sulfur. Boom, you're good. But now I got to make more wire. So more handcrafting. The best, I swear this is the whole thing of the game, is just straight up handcrafting. This is what you're going to spend a lot of your time doing in the early game. Whether it's for one thing or 5 things. Alright. Now if we go back to power, grab the biomass burner, we can go make that. And you see it has a hole in the back. we'll get into that a little bit later on. We need to make some fuel for it, so let's put a crafting bench back down. We're gonna make some more biomass, just out of leaves and wood. Got 100, that should be good. Let's see how we're doing in these ones. 79, 80, okay. And I'm out of cable, so let's make some cable. See, moments like this, I don't even need that much, I just need a little bit. And we're gonna daisy chain you onto that one. Now that we can take the power, we're gonna flip everything on. Just like that. So our capacity shot up to 70 megawatts. Our production, we're doing 30.4. Max consumption's 48. Consuming 36. And the more you consume, so if we're doing 70 and we're consuming, say, 68, burning the fuel will happen so much faster, like at a ridiculous speed faster. So you do need to be mindful of that and watch out. But now this one, yep, it's coming right on down, and then it's going to make the copper ingots. That's going to go into wire, which is what we need for the first milestone in the hub. And we do have a whole nother, node here, which we have not utilized yet because we don't need to right this second. But let's go look in the hub. Tier 1, base building. This is when I said the concrete will come in handy. We need concrete for this milestone, as well as 100 iron plates and 100 iron rods. And then logistics, you get a splitter, which will take your belt, your single, so say you have a single 60 belt and you split it into 2 ways. That gives you 230 belts. Now if you have a 60 belt and you split it 3 ways, that'll give you, oh, I'm not sure, maybe like 20 or like 18 or something like that per belt. A merger does the opposite. If you have 2 30 belts and you put them into a merger, that'll make one 60 belt. This is a conveyor lift. This will take you from one height to another height. Very simple. And a building efficiency stat, I'm not 100% sure what that is, but we get that. Now there's field research. This is where some of the cool stuff starts coming into play. We get a map, of course, and then we get the MAM, the molecular analysis machine is used to analyze a new exotic material found on an alien planet. Through the MAM, R&D will assist pioneers in turning any valuable data into usable research options and new technologies. This is where you do 90% of your game in here. Well, not 90%, more 50%. If you want to make progress, you need to have the MAM and learn everything inside of it. That's where I messed up my last playthrough. I ignored the MAM and it put me behind a lot. Now the object scanner will help you look for certain things. When you unlock those things in the MAM, you get a personal storage and 3 inventory slots. Awesome. Tier 2, we have part assembly. This is where things start to get a little bit more complicated, but they're not that complicated. You get the assembler. Takes 2 things and makes them into one thing. Copper sheets. Those are for pipes. That's really kind of almost the only thing they're really kind of used for. They are used in recipes, but I mean, kind of really only use them for that. Rotors, modular frames, and smart plating, the first space elevator part. But we'll get into that when we get there. Obstacle clearing. This is probably my favorite milestone in Tier 2. We get the chainsaw. Wonderful. Solid biofuel. Even more wonderful. And 3 more inventory slots. Jump pads. This is just a jump pad. You walk onto it and you get flung in the air. The U-Jelly landing pad will catch you so you don't take any fall damage. Nothing really too important there. The resource sink. This is the awesome shop. We'll talk about that when I get there. And then logistics mark 2. The other best part. This turns your 60 belt into a 120 belt. That's what this does. And then you get the stackable conveyor pole and you get the Mark II lift, which as well produces 120 resources on the belt. That is all of the milestones in Tier 1 and 2. So we're shooting for base building, logistics, field research, and obstacle clearing. Part assembly, not yet. but we want obstacle clearing. So base building, first one we're gonna do. We need 100 plates, 100 rods, and I think that's a 200 concrete. So we have that. Oh, getting stuck on things. Let's see how much concrete we have. 100. Okay, we're getting somewhere. How much? I have 108. So let's see what. Okay, so let's see logistics. We need 300 wire. I don't think we can get that yet, because we're going to be waiting a long time on some of these materials. A very long time. So that looks like that's okay. Everything's going. Let's check our power really quick. See, this is what I mean by the consumption line. It is just kind of all over the place because you have the machines stopping, starting, stopping, starting, stopping, starting. The miner stops and starts. It's all that kind of stuff. Wow, wire really does go up fast. Let's grab that. Alright, so I guess now I can go and craft the next item, which we're gonna need. So let's grab, never mind, no we're not. I need reinforced iron plates. And I don't want to make any more of those yet. So let's check our biofuel. Got 67 in there. 57 in there. Okay, not doing too bad, not doing too bad. So, yep, it's just really kind of a waiting game right now. I guess I can give you all a tour of the hub. So this is your toilet, the most important room in here. You can take something, put it in there. Okay, there's no sound. I don't know what's going on. Oh, it made a mess. Oh, okay. It makes a mess. And I never knew that, they tend to watch you while you pee. That is, definitely not cool. I mean, if I need to go, I'd like to go in privacy, but there's nothing I can do. This is a little game. I don't really like it. It's kind of, it just, I don't know. I just kind of can't do it. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. This is character customization. You customize your character, all that kind of stuff, but I don't want to do that yet. I want to wait till I unlock the customizer tool. So I'm gonna hold off on that one. This, you get a nice little storage box right here. Personal storage box. This will always stay here regardless. You can't move it. You can't delete just it. You end up deleting the whole hub. And then you also get a nice little crafting bench, which is pretty nice. But now I need to wait for these things to make me enough material. So I'm just going to run around picking up leaves and not doing anything else really. Just to get more biomass to keep the factory running. So I will pick y'all back up as soon as I have enough materials to start the milestones. And one more quick tip. You're going to find these little things right here scattered everywhere around the map. If it's something you haven't seen before, like this, sulfur, take it. Ada will pop up and say something.
Unknown chemical element collected. This non-metallic and multivalent element seems to be present only in a solid state and exhibits a most pungent smell. It is fortunate fix-it helmets are of such high quality. Store this potential resource for later use.
Yep, there you go. Just got the sulfur just like that. So then once we unlock the MAM, we'll start learning about it in the MAM. Alright guys, it's been some time now. I've let the resources build up a little bit so I have something to work with. And I've got a little spreadsheet planned out for us. But first, I want to go ahead and put some upgrades into the hub. So, first thing we're going to do is base building. That gives us all of our foundations and our walls and a lookout tower. And I have everything I need for that. So, we're just going to go ahead and fill that up with everything. 200 concrete, 200 plates, 100 rods, and that's good to go.
Milestone reached. Several new structures are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, be reassured that memories of beloved humans and/or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
Ada is so mean, I swear. She is just so mean when it comes down to the way she talks to us. Okay, now we have to wait. How long do we have to wait? We gotta wait a minute 18, but that certainly doesn't stop us from... Oh, yes, it does stop us. Okay. So we can't put anything in there yet. We have to wait till the freighter comes back in. But in the meantime, we can go and delete everything we got right here. Because we should be good on everything. We shouldn't have to handcraft nothing. Just gonna get rid of those poles. Get rid of these. Alright, and we're going to leave the copper over there going. We're not going to really touch that. And then the biomass burners, I can go ahead and lift those up as well. That won't hurt to put them on the foundation. Let's just throw this biomass in here with the rest of it I have. And we're going to get rid of all of this iron ore. We don't really need it. It's not that big of a deal. So that should be... everything gone. Let me grab some more concrete. And our freighter is coming back in. What perfect timing can that be? Just gotta love this game's visuals. So nice. So nice. Alright. Now, I'm going to go ahead and unlock logistics. 150 plates, 150 rods, 300 wire. Just like that. We'll let Ada talk.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory. Fixit encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to factory logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean. Breathe in. Visualize all the people relying on you.
Oh, yeah.
The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out. Feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
Yeah, billions and billions of people relying on me. Okay. We're just gonna go and get rid of these power poles. And the hub is gonna be fine right there. So now we're gonna take our whole factory up off of the ground with our foundations. Now I'm gonna advise y'all to never use the 1 meter foundations. Only use 2 or 4. The only thing I really use 1 meter foundations for is my belt highways, or I'll use something else that I'll unlock later in the awesome shop when we get that far, which we don't have yet. But mostly just try to use 2 or 4. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use 4. Now you can place it wherever you want, it doesn't really matter, or you could hold control and it snaps to the world grid. So if I put something right here, which is on the world grid, and I put something over here, and if I hit R to switch to the build mode to zoop, if I zoop this over here, and then we'll jump up here, zoop this over there, everything lines up perfectly. The world grid just lines it all up nice and perfect. That's what I prefer to use because it makes it much easier for me. So I can build a factory here and then build a factory all the way over there or all the way over there, and then I can build a road for trucks and trains and all that other kind of stuff to go straight from that factory straight to here. It's all on the same grid. Even the height. So if I put a 4 meter here, that's not on the grid. If I put a 4 meter here, and then we're going to put a 2 meter here, both on the world grid, if I just bring this over, that gives me perfect height for a 1 meter foundation. Everything will line up, especially if you're always holding control and snapping to the world grid. But now, we're just going to go ahead and build up a nice little, nice little foundation area. Now do not cover up this node completely. You're going to want to keep a little bit of access to it. Same thing with this one. Just like that. And that is because with the 4 meter foundations, it's harder to get the miners to snap when you can't see it. But since we can see it, we can snap the miners right to it. We're going to switch that back to default. And the same thing over here. Just like that. So now our miners are up here. Oops. Our miners are up here on the foundations. So it makes it look a little bit neater. But now we're just going to fill this in. Not quite sure how big we're going to need it. Okay. Okay. Too bad I can't get rid of the tree yet. Kind of wish I could. Now I'm going to pull y'all over to the other thing that I use to plan out the factory, which is called Satisfactory Modular. So let me pull that up real quick. Alright, so here we are in Satisfactory Modular. I have the factory all the way set up. So we have 2 iron nodes producing us 60 per minute. And we have the logistics for the splitter now and the merger over here. So how it's basically going to be is 60 iron ore going to a splitter. Gets split into 30 and 30, which then go into 2 smelters making 30 iron ingots per minute, and then 30 iron ingots to go into a constructor to make 20 iron plates, same thing at the bottom. And then up here you have 60 goes into a splitter, 30 and 30, and then that's 30 ingots come out of the bottom, come over to the splitter. You got 15 and 15 going to 2 constructors to make you 15 and 15 iron rods, which is 30 iron rods per minute. And then over here for the other 30 iron, you have 30 ingots coming out, going to a splitter. Same thing, 15 and 15 to make 15 iron rods per minute, coming out of each one. You will then merge those, and then immediately split those. It's not, I didn't set it up right here, but let me see if I could just, let's see, we're just gonna cut that. We're gonna copy, whoops, wrong buttons. We're going to paste that. We're going to put a splitter right there. And then we're going to put a merger right here. So we have 15 and 15 going in. That gives us 30. And then we're going to go straight to a splitter. So that's 10, 20, 30. Which then gives us 4, 8, 12. 120 screws per minute. So yeah, that's the basis of the iron right there. So I'll see y'all back in the main world. Okay, we're back over here now. So now we just got to get started. So, same thing as before. We'll just have 2 smelters, both making iron ingots. Nothing special. Iron ingots, very simple. Then we'll put a splitter down right here. Make sure we got the yellow line on that. Or the green line on that. Throw that straight into there. Switch to straight build mode if you want the nice curves. Like, wow, that ain't right. Okay, gotta move that over a little bit. Yeah, right there. Now you get the nice curves. Push that back to iron ingots. And then with this one being very simple, we just need 2 constructors. One right there. I need a little bit of concrete, so I'm just gonna steal from this over here. So I can go ahead and add that on. And then we're going to put another constructor right there. And we're going to go to logistics, grab our mark 1 belt. And then boom, that is iron plates done, just like that. Now for the rods and screws, same thing to start off. We just have one right there, one right there. Grab our splitter. We're just going to throw it right there in the middle. It should be, okay, that's not lined up. Got to line it up a little bit better. Maybe that, yeah, that's better. Same thing. One side goes into there, one side goes into there. That goes into that. And then the complicated part's coming up. We grab our constructors. We're going to want 1. Oh, you don't fit. Oh, it sucks. So we're going to put 1 right there. 1 right there. Put 1 right there. 1 right there. And then we're going to grab another splitter. Hopefully there's enough room here for this. No, there's not. I need to move these back a little bit. Maybe that'll work. Okay, grab our conveyor belt, run it straight into that. And then we're just going to take this one straight out the front. This one straight into that one. Get rid of these two so we can move them over. Just like that. Grab our splitter again. Run it like that. Conveyor belt mark 1. Into that one. Into that one. And that is the basis for iron rods. So all of these are making iron rods. Nothing else. Iron rods. Now for the screws. This is where things get a little different. Fill that in so I got a little more space. So before I get onto the screws, we're just going to go and throw a storage bin right here, right there, and then we're going to grab our mergers, which are right here. Put a merger right there. Grab our Mark 1 belt. We're going to combine these two iron rods into... Okay, for some reason that won't let me put you down. So maybe I put it backwards. Yep. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, I see what I did. Okay, messed up. It's fine. We could just move it over a little bit. Run you into there. I don't like that. That's not a straight belt. It's got to be a straight belt. Okay. Same thing over here. Grab a merger. Make sure we actually do it the right way this time. One into there, one into there, one into there. So that's 40 iron plates going in there. That's 30 iron rods going in there. Now we need 3 more of these constructors. 1, 2, 3. For this, and what we're going to do is we're going to merge these ones, these two, which will be 15. So we have 15 in there. And then we have 15 in there. 15 plus 15 is 30. Each of these takes 10. Just like that. Simple math. 15, 15, 30. So then split that. And then you get 10, 10, 10. And that is screws automated. Not that hard. Basic iron is the easiest part of this game. Things just get more and more complicated as time goes on. I can definitely tell you that. But now, just need to run all the power around. Doesn't need to be pretty yet, because all of this will be getting ripped up in the future. So we're going to put you there, and then we're going to run one down there. Run power to you. Whoop. Grab one of the pole. Bring the pole right here. Power both those. Put you right there. Now, this one's a little bit more difficult because I have way more constructors over here. We're going to grab that one. One power to you. One power to you. Bring power over this way. You and you. Power over this way. You and you. Bring power that way. You're already good. Put power on you. Just gonna throw one line right there. And then connect it up back here. I'm out of concrete. Let's see how much we have. Oh, and another little quick tip. You click F, you can see how much of an item you have. So there's 10 iron. So what made this is 10 iron plates and 10 iron rods, but I have 138 concrete in that. So yeah, that is always an easy, quick thing to see how much you have in an item before you walk all the way over there. Oh, didn't make it. All right. That's in the wall. I have to change that. We're going to change this up as well. We're going to put these two on their own, like so. And then we're going to put you to 1. So that's only 3 going into that one. And then we can put that right there. Okay. And okay. Alright, so that is all of the basic iron hooked up, so we just need to put our biomass burners back down, which we're going to put up here, because I will be automating that soon. I believe I had 1, 2, we'll just add 3. We'll do 3. Yeah, we'll do 3. I'm happy with that. And then we need to run some power for these guys. 1, 2, and then put the third one right there. All of those are connected up. Grab our biomass. 1, 2, 3. Should probably top these guys off as well. There's some for you. There's some for you. None of this should be connected to the main power except for you. It's because I want the concrete non-stop flowing. And we're just gonna fill you with power. Grab that. And then connect you up to power. Let's check our power. We're making 130 megawatts. Alright, I'm happy with that. That is good. Now, why couldn't I build another one? Ah, I see why. I gotta do that. I wanted to have put 4 down. It's kind of like a extra buffer. Never hurts to have that. Okay, I'm going to top that off real quick as well. Need a little bit more biomass. And pop you in there. Alright. That is looking good. Looking good. And I still need to add a storage for the screws, because the screws are going to back up very, very fast. Very fast. Sadly, I can't get rid of this tree yet, so we kind of got to deal with it. Put a nice little storage bin. Then we're going to go grab a merger. Like that. Conveyor belts. Conveyor belt. Conveyor belt. Conveyor belt. You are not making screws yet. I don't think I ever set those. Don't be like me. Make sure you always set your stuff, because I always tend to forget. And these guys should be making us iron plates. Yep, they indeed are. That's how you know they're making 20 per minute, because 2 come out. I think it's 20 per minute. Yes. 2 come out, so there's 2 on the belt. And then these combine together, it says a 60 belt. There'll be 4 on the belt at basically all times. So 1, 2, 3, 4 should be a gap just like that. These are making 15 per minute, so it'll be kind of 1 with a weird gap. And when it comes up to 30, it'll be 2. So I don't quite understand how the math works on that, but I'll take it. And screws. This is where this is where we're going to actually see our first backup. I'm making 120 screws per minute, but I have a 60 belt, 360 belts. Jeez. I want to do a 60 belt. I need a Mark II belt, 120. This 60 cannot keep up with 4. That's all. I can't even keep up with 2 of these machines running until I get Mark II. So this will always be backed up until I upgrade this belt, which I cannot do until I hit... I believe I can't do it. Brain's a little fuzzy. Give me a second. I think I do it. Yep, I can do it here. I could technically do that, but that's way too many reinforced iron plates, and I'd rather have that automated by the time I really get that far. You better get out of here, big buddy. Going somewhere. So yeah, now while we're in the means of upgrading, we're gonna go ahead and hit up this factory right here. Okay, same thing as the last factory. I'm gonna be trying to set up all of my factories inside of this Satisfactory modular. I'm gonna try to leave a link for it down in the description if I remember. It's on Steam. It's free. I love it. Just started playing with it about 2-3 weeks ago. It's awesome. But for the copper, we're gonna have 60 from a normal node going into a splitter, 30-30, same as iron. And then each one's getting split into it's getting split into 4 constructors. So 60 total so 30, 15, 15, 15, 15, 4 constructors. 2 of these constructors making wire are going to go 30 in to a merger, 60 into 1 constructor making 30 cable per minute. And then these 2 constructors will just be ours to keep. So that's how this will all work out. So yeah, it's all kind of basically the same thing. And yes, I did make these on the same exact thing. You couldn't tell though, now could you? Can't tell at all. So yeah, this factory's up next. Very simple. No problem. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and do the copper section. Same thing as over there. Hold control when you go to place down your foundation, if you would like. And then just build yourself out a nice little platform. Not too sure how big. Okay. I would say that's about decent for now. And then we're gonna go to smelters. Just 2 simple smelters. Put them probably about right there. And right there. And then we're gonna want a splitter right in the center of them. Get on top of that splitter. Run the belts in. And then we're gonna need 4 constructors. So let's grab constructors. Put them right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I feel like I could line that up a lot better if I line it up with this. Don't know if it's gonna leave me enough room. Oh yeah, it does. Just gotta make this a little bit bigger. There we go. That'll be much more neat. Okay. And then from there, down our splitters. Like so. Ugh. I'm too fat. Too fat to fit anywhere. Ugh. Alright, put down this splitter. Run our belts in. And then I gotta run around again. Run that belt in. Now we can jump on top. Get on top of this one. Run that belt in. And then all of these are going to be set for wire. And what you can do is you can do Control-Alt-C. And then you can just do Control-Alt-V. And that will just copy everything over. That's I see that being more useful if you have like, 20 or 30 constructors or something, some crazy number like that. But it's 4 constructors. I'm not that worried. You could do it if you'd like. You probably won't see me use that for a while until we get into really big stuff. So now we need to set up our 1 more constructor. Gonna line it up with that one. Set up our merger like so. Conveyor belt into there, conveyor belt into there, into there. Set this one to cable. Then we can go and set up a box over here. Grab another merger. Do that. Into there, into there, into there. Just like this. Then we need to set up a box for the cable. Add 2 sections on. Grab our box. Right there. And cable is set up. So then I need to bring that belt down. Grab the belt. Don't really care about how that looks. Just gonna throw that on in there. Grab the power line. Throw that right there. Now this little bit of the only thing coming out is going to be the stuff out of that. There's not going to be anything else coming out till I hook up power. So just in case you're wondering where that comes from. But now we got to set up all the power. Same, simple, sloppy. Not like I'm trying to win any awards right now. I'm just trying to get everything set up. Okay. Set up some power from right here. I feel like I messed that up. I could totally put that right there. And if you're wondering how I did that, if you have the Power Pole Mark 1 sitting in your hand and you hover over this, you can add a line on, so you don't have to break the connection if you don't want to. Very handy tip. Didn't learn that for a while. Gonna run this over here to there. Oh, yep. Then we just need to bring this power up to you. Run this back over to this corner. And then bring it all the way over. Perfect. Hopefully we don't have any power issues. Nope, we are looking good. 160 megawatts produced. This is not up and running because I always forget to set these. And that should be everything from what it looks like. That's set. All of these should be set. And everything should be running at 100% once it starts to kick off. Yep, 100%. That means we get 30 cable per minute, 60 wire per minute. We have 120 screws per minute, 40 iron plates per minute, and 30 iron rods per minute, which is perfect starter, little mini starter base factory. Doesn't need to be anything important. Just need to get it done and get it going. So now we want to do field research. So we're going to need some wire, some screws, and some plates. Let's see how we're doing on screws. Screws. Wow, okay. Plenty of screws. Maybe we can do a little bit more than just field research. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we're going to, I think we might try to throw a part assembly up in there as well. Maybe. Gotta let the cable build up a little bit. Definitely going to try and get obstacle clearing. So today we set up our main iron and copper load. So we're making 60 wire per minute, 30 cable per minute, 120 screws per minute, 40 iron plates per minute, 30 rods per minute, and probably about 10 concrete per minute. Nothing crazy. I might go off camera and dot these little factories at all these limestone nodes just to get the concrete up and moving until we unlock some certain things. But next episode will be filled with more next level stuff. We'll definitely hit the space elevator. So yeah, this is my attempt at a guided playthrough. Never done anything like this before. I hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know if I'm doing a good job or not. I am trying my absolute best. And he is just enjoying himself in there, isn't he? Yeah. Just stepping on all my stuff. But, yeah. So, I will see y'all in the next one. Later.